Welcome back. I am I am at the part in the book on my reread for Mistborn. I'm at the part in the book where the army gets demolished. They come back after their pewter drag, which is so interesting again to reread. And then all of a sudden they're in the park or they're in the town square, and the Lord Ruler is slaughtering people, and Kelsier gives his speech. And I really don't like Kelsier's speech. And I want to talk about why, because I think something just always bothered me about his speech. I think it's like, a good rousing speech. It gets everyone back on his side because everyone was kind of doubting his abilities and they were kind of questioning him a little bit. But Kelsier does something that makes me think he would never really be a good leader. That he would, or let me rephrase that. I think he's a good leader. I don't think he would be a good ruler. I don't think I think what he is essentially trying to do is he would replace the Lord Ruler with himself. And he would essentially become the new Lord Ruler. And then he would, honestly, it seems very similar to in Hunger Games what President Snow wanted to do. Or, well, I forgot the names of all these people. What was the female president's name that she wanted to replace whatever it's called, President Snow, I think, and then she wanted to reinstitute the Hunger Games just once with all the nobility. That's to me what Kelsier wants to do, because in his speech, he tells the entire group, "Stop questioning my authority," which is to me the exact opposite of what Kelsier wants to. Not really what he wants. That's the exact opposite of what really needs to happen. Authority needs to be questioned in this book because absolute authority is absolutely corrupt. And so by him saying that, it puts everyone back into this bad mentality of, I don't know, like subservience without being able to question anything, which is why I honestly think it's a good written speech device that Brandon Sanderson puts in the novel, because the next novel, when Ellen kind of comes into power, his is all about questioning authority, and he doesn't really have full authority. Ellen has a very good grasp on like the actual governmental structure, much better than Kelsier does. Kelsier is the revolutionary who takes over the government. Ellen is the guy who actually leads the government, which I think it works. But for him sitting there looking at these slaughterings saying, "Stop questioning my authority," just seems off to me. It seems like he shouldn't be saying that. It seems like he should be rousing and encouraging his men and Vin with something other than "Stop questioning my authority." I don't know what that would be. I'm really curious to like have a rewritten speech of this. Or I've been thinking. I went for a walk and I was listening to it, and I paused it at that part, and I had like 15 minutes left in my walk, and I was like, what would I have said had I been in Kelsier's shoes? I don't really know. I think I might have said my best answer would be, just trust me. You can question me, you can doubt me, or maybe not doubt, because trust and doubt aren't really the same. I was like, you can question my authority, you can gossip about me all you want, you can talk with other people about whether you think this is going to work or not. But at the end of the day, I just need you to trust me. I just need you to hold on long enough to the point where, my plan will come to fruition. But that's not as rousing of a speech as "Stop questioning my authority." So it worked in that moment because they kind of did stop questioning his authority, but they didn't really, because in the rest of the novel, I remember they were still a little bit doubting and a little bit questioning his authority in the entirety of the novel. So that part was just strange to me. It is really interesting. Again, rereading this, there's so many little things that are popping up to me that I find really interesting. It is so blatantly obvious to me right now on a reread how the Lord Ruler is a ferrochemist. Like, it is so blatant to me. Like, how did I not see that on the first read? Well, I kind of did see it on the first read, but it took me a little while to see that on the first read. And then there's just all sorts of other really interesting things. I keep getting excited for reading the next book, or re-listening or listening for the first time to the next book. And just the rest of the series, and then getting more into Sanderson, because this is kind of like reinvigorating my love of his world, and just even like the magic system that he created. It is a pretty incredible magic system, and one of my favorite parts of the novel so far is how he just slowly introduces things. And I've talked about this before, but the whole magic system is just so fascinating because it is a hard magic system. Like, you can get a grasp on this magic system. Like, you can hold it in your hand. It's like you can write exactly what this magic system is, but it still is fun because it just slowly gets revealed to you. And even after the end of the Mistborn series, I still feel like there is so much more to this magic system than I know. I kind of skipped over this the first time that I was reading because it made sense to me, but it wasn't like, the most important thing is the internal versus the external metals. And that to me is really fascinating on this reread because feruchemists only can use internal, I believe. They can't really use the external. So like the distinctions between all these things, how there's 16 and they really only they think they have 11. Like, she just used gold, and that's kind of where I stopped in my read right now. I'm kind of talking in this video. She just used gold, and she doesn't really understand gold. So there's so many interesting things, I think, that are popping up in this novel. But I just wanted to talk about how his speech just was a little off-putting to me. Like, that wasn't the way that's not what he should have said. He should have said something else. But I don't know what he should have said yet. But again, I think he said that to set up Elend, where Elend is essentially all about, you can question my authority. And you kind of see how poorly that goes for him in the second novel. So that's all I got. I'm just going to keep on popping on here every so often, just talking about my feelings as I reread this book. And then we're going to get into some more Sanderson. So make sure you subscribe. You can like this video too, and I'll see you in the next one.